What's up guys, Digi here from ProNDC. Welcome to another ESO build video. So in today's video I want to present you the Stamina Dragonknight PVE build update for the Dragonbones DLC. The setup that I'm about to show you today is basically like the ultimate debuffer setup for group scenarios. And what that means is we wear two debuff sets so that our teammates can go full DPS in a trial situation. So that's actually pretty cool. And the setup is really easy to get. Like one of the farmable sets is from some of the easiest dungeons in the game, and the other set is a craftable set. And you can also wear this setup on a stamina sorcerer or stamina Dragonknight. It's completely up to you because basically this requires a class that uses a lot of heavy attacks. Anyway guys, I think we should get started with this with the build. So I'm currently in Imperial. Imperial is a pretty good race for Stam DK because you get more health, more stamina. We can put all points into stamina and still have more than 18k health. Personally, if you really want to max DPS, you should go with the Khajiit. If you go 7 medium, you have like just above 16k HP. If you wear like one piece of heavy with 6 medium, you have a little bit more crit chance, like 6% more crit chance, and almost 17k HP, but a lot less stamina. So like it's up to you. The other race that's also really good is Redguard. Like if you want to switch between debuffing and max DPS, like Redguard is actually like the way to go. So Imperial, Khajiit, and Redguard are the races that I recommend for this setup. Almost 4k weapon damage unbuffed, Morium on the stone for more weapon damage, max health, max stamina food. Pretty easy, or pretty straightforward. Let's get into gear setups. So the first set that we wear is Night Mother's Gaze. So we have a chest, legs, chest, boots, and legs of Night Mother's Gaze and Divines. Like I said, all medium because I'm a Imperial. I want to get as much crit chance as possible. Because this crit chance 2 times weapon damage and reduces the physical resistance when we critically strike by 2.5k. That's pretty good. What this means is that the debuff doesn't just count for ourselves, but also for our teammates. So by reducing the physical resistance, our teammates deal more damage. We wear 2 daggers, a Nirnhone dagger on the main hand with poison damage glyph, and an infused dagger with a weapon damage glyph on the offhand. This is the best trade combination for dual wield. And because we want to boost our crit chance, we go with 2 daggers. It's just the way to go if you're not a Khajiit. Like if you're a Khajiit, you could go with an axe, but to be honest, I'd still stick with 2 daggers even on a Khajiit. The other 5-piece set that we wear is Thunderflame. So we have 3 Thunderflame jewelry pieces, all robust, of course, all weapon damage. Gives us max stam, weapon damage to weapon crit, and when you deal damage with a fully charged heavy attack, which we do basically all the time while we're on the front bar, we deal an additional flame damage and reduce the enemy's physical resistance by 3.3k for 8 seconds. So we have 2.5 here and 3.3 here, and those are like the 2 main debuff sets that we have in trials. Morag Tongue, we don't really use that anymore. It's like not that really like that useful. So those are the 2 debuff sets, and we can combine them so only one player has to wear them. We still do like fine when it comes to damage. So Thunderflame, Night Mother's Gaze, craftable, and Thunderflame, we can get that from City of Ash 1 and 2. Jewelry pieces, of course, at the final boss. But there's also some unique rings that you get from Thunderflame, if I remember correctly. We combine that with Velodreth. Velodreth gives us weapon damage, and the disease spores are pretty cool. If you're on console, just stick with Velodreth. If you have it, you get that from Trail of Shadows. There's some bosses where more than just one disease spore can hit the enemy. That's basically when Velodreth becomes the strongest monster set. in total. If it's just for pure single target, I recommend to go with Selene. Like, Selene is relatively close to Velodreth, but it has a chance to proc more often. Basically, yeah, dealing more single target DPS. But it only counts if one, or like, it's only more single target, a little bit more single target if only one Velodreth disease spore can hit the enemy. For example, like the Assembly General, the Orcustodian, Valarial, Stonebreaker, and stuff like that. Those are bosses where more than one disease spore can hit the enemy, then Velodreth becomes stronger. That's yeah, that's basically it. So those are your options. You can also play around for trash fights with Spawn of Mephala, fully charged heavy attacks, create this poison web, and it deals damage every second, which is also kind of nice, I guess. But like I said, if you're a console and you cannot switch gear with like Alpha Gear or dressing room or with an add-on all the time, just stick with Velodreth. That's just like the safest bet. As for the bow, we use the Maelstrom bow, of course. This is the strongest bow in the game, and it makes the Endless Hail, the Volumorph, the strongest ability, AoE and single target for stamina. We combine that with the damage, health, poison. Now here's the thing with the damage, health, poison. Currently on the Target Skeleton, if you're solo, it works just fine. You can see it deals damage over time for two times, one for 4.5 seconds and one for 6.4 seconds, which is cool. However, in the trial is currently bugged. So let me show you one thing. If we take the DPS test that I showed in the beginning of the video, we can see like we have the poison here and then we have the poison here. So that's like 1.5, 1.6k DPS, which is fine. You will get around the same values in trials until last patch. Like for example, the Valarial fight here was dealing like 1.5, 1.4k. Again, Stonebreaker, 1.5k. So that's like normal damage. As you can see here, it's already a little bit lower, resulting in just like 800 DPS. And here you can see 600 DPS. So currently, like since Dragon Bones, it appears that if multiple people use the double dot poison, it just overrides itself. You can see like the ticks, we had like 33 ticks, 17 ticks. That's awfully low. Like really low. And that's just total, basically split up on two bosses. Like on one boss, I just had 6 ticks and 16 here, which is completely weird. They should be, the numbers should be closer together. So basically what it means, whenever someone procs the poison himself on his bowbar, it overrides the poison of another person, resulting in quite the DPS loss. So what you should do is get a single dot poison. I'm not sure if there's like a direct damage poison. I'm not sure if an infused bow with a disease glyph is actually like more DPS now. It should be relatively close to like what the poison does here. But yeah, it's a little bit weird, and until they fix it, just go with a different poison on the back bar, and so it doesn't like keep overwriting itself, or like other people's don't overwrite your poison, otherwise you lose quite some damage. It's a little bit unfortunate, but just like take a different poison with you so you can switch it on the fly. Like go to the forums, like ask people on Facebook, like if are other poisons finally fixed. If they are, you can just go back to the double dot poisons. If not, just stick to others. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the gear setup. If you want to ask like alternative gear, like can I just go with Huntings and VO, or like mechanical acuity and VO, acuity and whatever, just ask it in the comment section. I advise you to just like look through the comments if people already asked for a certain, like a specific gear combination. I will just give you the answer there because there's so many combinations that you can use. Yeah, and it would take me a lot of time to actually list them all. Let's get into skills. So I wanted to keep it very, very simple this time because this is like really easy to get set up, and I wanted to keep it simple so you still deal a lot of damage. If you like really want to go for max DPS, you need some light attacks here and there, but since we use Thunder Flame and we need to do fully charged heavy attacks, I wanted to play a little bit differently. So first skill, Rearming Trap, great single target dot, gives us -4, so more crit damage, which is nice. We have Rending Slashes, bleed damage, ignores physical resistances, and great single target damage over time effect. Then we have Expert Hunter. So we have fighter skill here, and Slayer gives us 3% more weapon damage for each fighter skill ability. So we have 1, 2, 3. So that equals 9% extra weapon damage, which is pretty good. We have Expert Hunter here. You can put in some other skills if you want to, but as I said, we want to keep it simple and as effective as possible. So Expert Hunter it is. We have Venomous Claw, 6 single target damage over time effect. Really, really sick. Just use it. It gets stronger every 2 seconds by 12%. So that's really, really good. Then we have Deadly Cloak. Deadly Cloak reduces the AoE damage we take by 25%. Really cool. And it deals AoE damage every 3 seconds. Then we have Flawless Dawnbreaker. We only have this for the 5% extra weapon damage on the front bar. We rarely use it. We basically use it in fights where we cannot get the ultimate on the back bar full again. So in really short fights, or if the enemy is in execute range, just use the Dawnbreaker again if you have it ready. Only costs 125 ultimate. So yeah, also deals AoE damage, has a really, really sick damage over time effect. So that's really cool. On the back bar we have the Endless Hail for the Maelstrom Bow, strongest ability for stamina, AoE, and single target. Then Poison Injection, really good single target, especially in execute. Then Razor Caltrops, really good AoE damage. So AoE dot, same as Endless Hail. Then we have Noxious Breath. So Noxious Breath is kind of a flex spot. Of course, on the skeleton we want to use it because it gives Major Fracture. Can also be pretty nice on trash to get Major Fracture on the mobs, but you can replace it with different things. So if you want like Vigor, for example, for extra heals, you can slot it. What you can also use, of course, is then Flames of Oblivion. Like if you want a magical ability because you have some issues with sustain, because you need to block a lot, for example at the Assembly General, you can just go with Flames of Oblivion. And then you have a magical ability in your rotation, and that will help with your sustain. Then we have Molten Armaments. Really important to keep that up all the time. Increases the damage of our heavy attacks by 40%. Really, really important to keep that up, but it lasts almost 40 seconds, so that's cool. Now, we have another flex spot for the ultimate, so we have Standard of Might. Standard of Might will probably be best when it comes to AoE damage and single target damage combined, but it costs 250 ultimate. So yeah, depending on the fight, like if the fight is really, really short, I prefer to go with Ballista. Ballista lasts 5.2 seconds and deals a ton of damage, especially rate buffed. And I switch it. Depending on the length of the fight, I just switch it. So it's up to you. I get around the same results on target skeleton with Ballista and Standard of Might. So you have to figure it out for yourself. Anyway guys, that's it for the skills. For the rotation, it's really simple. What you have to do, keep up Molten Armaments, and basically then you do the standard stamina thing. So like Light Attack, Endless Hail, Light Attack, Caltrops, Light Attack, Poison Injection, and then we do a Noxious Breath into bar swap. And then we do a heavy attack and cast. We start with Rearming Trap, Claw, Rending Slashes, and Deadly Cloak into a bar swap. You do heavy attacks all the time. The only time where we would do a light attack trap is if we have to recast Molten Armaments or ballista, or the ultimate. That's the only time we do a light attack on the front bar. Otherwise, we do I'm sorry, not light attack traps, light attack deadly cloak, because we want to reapply Thunder Flame as soon as possible as we get to the front bar. So basically it looks like this. Molten Armaments, we can class Cloak before the fight, of course, then light attack Hail, light attack Caltrops, light attack Poison Injection, light attack Noxious Breath, then heavy attack Trap, heavy attack Venomous Claw, heavy attack Rending Slashes, heavy attack Deadly Cloak, and then we just start it again. And if the ultimate is ready, we use it, of course. It's so simple. You can just stand there and keep your left mouse button pressed. And Molten Armament is about to run out. So we had to do one more attack on the back bar. And then we had to do light attack Cloak. It's that simple. It's really, really simple. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for the rotation. Really simple, but still effective. And yeah, the last thing to cover are the champion points. So for the green tree, I switched it around a little bit, to be honest, like depending on what trial I run. I have 37 to Warlord, 2 into Sprinter, 76 Tenacity, 43 Mooncalf, 34 Tumbling, 48 Shadow Ward, 81 Ironclad, 20 into Spell Shield, 49 Hardy, 49 L Defender, 34 into Thick Skin, and 7 Quick Recovery. And for the blue tree, 64 Mighty, 61 Precise Strike, 61 Thaumaturge, because we have a lot of damage over time effects, 23 to Piercing, and 31 to Mastered Arms. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any further questions, put them in the comment section. I'll gladly answer them. And if you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button. If you do not want to miss any more ESO content, hit the sub button. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you tune in next time too. So hope to see you there. Until then, bye bye.